Hello everyone, it's another dark, dark day in Berlin, so let's see what's on the cards for February. Okay, well here are our cards for February 2024. It's going to be a distracting month. There's going to be quite a lot of stuff coming in. I think as the year kind of opens up, as it gets off the ground, then we look around and we see possibilities. And I think, sometimes Seven of Cups, you do have the feeling that there are actually too many possibilities. The blank canvas is such that the ideas flood in and you realize that there's maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 things that you'd really like to do this year. And so you have to work out ways of managing your time and your priorities so that you can function. You can't do it all. Okay, what's the advice for dealing with this sort of embarras de choix, as they say in France? We have an Empress, we have a Knight of Wands reversed, and we have a Tower. Okay, so let's look at these two together first. Empress and Knight of Wands reversed. We want growth, but we don't want mania. And I mean that in the sense of rushing round, trying to make things grow, trying to make things happen. We don't want to suffer from overstimulation, overexcitement as these choices present themselves. Far better to go for an empressy kind of growth, which is very much to do with, when the time is right. With apologies to my female viewers who may not like this traditional meaning, but many tarotists see an image of pregnancy in the Empress. And for me, as far as I understand it, pregnancy is a process where the body takes over and sets its own agenda and sets its own, schedule. And so that is a schedule which requires a kind of letting go and a trust that the arrival of the thing, whatever the thing is, will be at exactly the right natural time. Okay, so not too much galloping around hot environments with a psychological hard-on, looking for things to conquer. There is actually more stuff that needs to be done here, Tower, before we can really get ourselves sorted out this year. Tower for me is a purging. Here we are with the Weiser Tarot, and this is a particularly nasty bit of recolouring here on this card. They've really made a mess of it, haven't they? It's extremely splodgy. But here is an image of, as far as I'm concerned, the purging of the devils from the house. Okay, so bolt of lightning and the devils are blasted out of the tower. So the devils for me are our neuroses and our fears and our limitations. And when we see a tower, it just kind of implies that, this will happen whether we like it or not. Situations will arise in which we will be triggered, and then we have an opportunity to face down those fears, limitations, neuroses, shine the light of acceptance and consciousness on them and let them go. Okay, let's look at our 12th house weather forecast reading for the month of February and see how that fleshes out this opening spread. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm using my homemade weather forecast spread, which you can find out about in a dedicated video that I have. I just read upright major arcanas and aces, and I don't even read them at face value. I just want to know where they are, which house they are in. And this gives us a weather forecast for February, where the energy is, where we should direct our attention. And I'd just like to point out I'm using Renata Anrath's crazy reboot of the tarot. This is from 2000, this printing. And so we have here a female page before I turn that. Genuine, fake, female page. Let's hide the cards that are not major arcana or aces, and they need to be upright as well. So So we only have 2 houses aspected for the month of February, and that's the 1st and the 7th. Now, I use very simplified house meanings here. The first is just yourself, the things that are closest to your heart, the things that border on selfishness, the absolute, the passion projects in your life. What you would do if you didn't have to do your tax return, if you didn't have to earn money, the things that you really need to get done on a soul level. And here at the other side of the table is the 7th house aspected, the house of partnership or collaboration. Now, you may be single, you may be in a relationship. All I would say is that it looks like a kind of balance between this kind of rather joyful selfishness and this awareness that there are other people or another person who needs your attention, needs your support. If it's a partner, a girlfriend, boyfriend, non-binary friend or spouse, step out of your passionate, personal, selfish personal projects every now and then just to check that they are having fun too, that they are being supported in their passions as well. And it may be, for example, if you are single, you might be collaborating or you might have opportunities to collaborate. And these 2 houses directly opposite each other, it may be that there's someone else whose passion project or whose passion activity could kind of mesh in with yours. Or there might be someone else who very selflessly would support you in your projects. But if so, be nice about it, reciprocate, see if there's anything that you can do in return. Okay, well, the card I want to bring back to finish off our reading there is the Empress, quite nicely coloured in this time in the Weiser Tarot, not too blotchy, not too much of a disaster. So let's just have another nice look at that. There is such thing as right timing. You can't rush things, but when that joyful thing comes, then it comes just at the right time. You do deserve your passion projects. You do deserve to do the things that make you happy. So just take a deep breath and in a nice, serene way, have a look at your diary and your organizer or your Filofax if you're very old, and plan it all out so that it can all come to fruition in a lovely, measured and right-seeming way. Those were my thoughts for the coming month of February 2024. I'll be back next week. Have a nice week. Bye.